Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've been on vacation, right? I've left my YouTube channel for so long, but I'm back. So today we're going to be reviewing a book called Design Your Ideal Future by Benjamin P. Hardy. I like this book. I love this book. It's a very easy to read book, easy concept, very down to earth writer. He just made the book very, very easy. So the book basically is divided into two parts. So I'm going to be sharing some of the lessons he laid out in part one. Sorry, this video is going to be a bit scratchy. I'm walking. I went for a run, which is part of the fallout of what I started to do from this book. Some of these things we know them, right? So the goal is for us to constantly remind ourselves of these habits. So the goal is to do these things because we know these things. We always know what to do. The question is, are we actually doing it? So Benjamin in this book basically laid out, from the first part, laid out 7 principles, 7 things that we can do. You can call it principles, you can call it tips, whatever it is you want to call it. But the first one is organize your life to make happiness automatic. Principle 1, organize your life to make happiness automatic. So basically he basically said, most times we just live our life by chance, right? We don't have a definite plan. We don't have a definite purpose of what we want to do, what we want to achieve. He gave a perfect example of, we see aeroplanes, right? Aeroplane has a properly defined course, and that course is not just defined. There is constant course correction by the pilot and the flight operators on ground. So they constantly have the plan, they have the route, they have the course of the flight, and they constantly correct it. Oh, are we on course? What are we doing? So how have we effectively organized our life to have a course? And when we have a course, which is a plan, a vision, a purpose, and all of that, how constantly do we course correct? How constantly do we check, are we on the right path? What are we doing at the moment? How are we being able to plan and correct our life? So for us to live a life of happiness, we need to have a plan. We need to have a goal. We need to have we need to correct our course. We need to check, do self-evaluation constantly. Am I on the right course to what I want to achieve? We need to do this. So that's the first one. Hi. So the third one is our health. How intentional are we on taking care of our health? For me, at times, I used to be very focused on making money, achieving this, going after this, and I totally ignore my health, right? So at the end of the day, after you've made all the money and you've done all the hustling and you have lots of money, you've achieved a lot and all that, if you don't have a good health, how are you going to? Number 4 is personal development and education. How often do we try to learn new things as regards what we want to achieve? How often do we read books, listen to motivating audios, inspiring audios to move us towards our goal? A lot of us ignore that part and we just, hustle, we work externally, and we forget to feed our mind, feed our soul. Basically, a lot of things we do are motivated from inside. So just the way we feed our body, so that's how we also need to feed our mind. We also need to feed our soul, with books, with audios, with things that will enrich us. Take courses, pay for online courses, pay for training, get a coach. A lot of all these things help to keep us accountable and basically help us take our life to another level. So we should not neglect that part of our life at all. The 5th one is time. Time lost can never be recovered. I normally say this. So we need to pay special attention to how we plan our time, right? Every day we have 24 hours. How do we plan it? We have our health, we have our family, we have our work, we have our vision, our goals, a lot of things we want to do. And all of these things, we have 24 hours in one day to achieve it. So it's very, very important that we plan and allocate our time. Now I'm learning to plan my calendar. Have a calendar for everything, whatever you want to achieve. Have a calendar for a week. Time block so many things in your life. Basically, it will help you. You plan your vacation, you plan a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you don't plan your time. My hand is hurting me. I'm holding this phone. So let us learn to plan our time. Let's expand our time by effectively planning it. So number 6 is relationship. How do we take the relationships in our life? How do we treasure the relationships we have? At times we want to make more contacts. We are going for networking events and all of that to know more people. The people you know already, how are you effectively managing those relationships? I'm learning to do this as well. So we need to effectively manage our relationship. Learn to do nice things for people. Learn to be there for other people. When you manage and make the people around you happy, then more people are definitely going to come and gravitate around you. So we should pay special attention to the relationship we have, and that will definitely help us achieve our goals. So the 7th one, he titled it Think and Grow Rich, just like Napoleon Hill's bestseller book. So we should constantly be in a positive state of mind. We should always have that positive mental attitude. We should not think negative. We should, sometimes we defeat ourselves before we even start. We should be optimistic all the time. A lot of people, first approach is that it's not going to work. First approach is, what if I fail? No, that should not be our first approach. We should think and grow rich. We should have a positive world view. We should have a positive mentality. We should have a growth mindset. So always thinking of possibility. I'm going to ask that person for this. What if the person agrees? Not always put negativity in front. So we should always think positive. We should have a positive world view, and we should always believe in ourselves that we can make a difference. We should not undermine our capabilities. So these are the 7 points in the first part. I'm going to come back with the second part some other time. See you in the next video, and thank you. Bye for now.